Okay, we're finally down to the last question off my speaker's tips card on the back side of it here, called Finding Your Voice, in this section here. There's 10 questions that I asked myself over about a 12-year period that allowed me to help identify my own values and principles that I live my life by and come up with good speech topics. And again, this whole series I'm doing is on your authenticity, not only in your subject matter, but your authenticity in your being yourself on stage, and they go hand in hand. And so the last question I have, which is on here, is what issues do all human beings struggle with? And there's tons of them. But the point here is that if we stand up and talk about a problem we had that nobody else had in their life, the audience has a hard time relating to it. So when I was looking for speech subjects, I would start to look at the fact that other people had the same problems I had. Now, to understand this, for a long time, I felt that I was the only one struggling with maybe some insecurities in areas in life, or struggling with what am I going to do career-wise, or struggling with relationships, or struggling with the relationship between, my siblings or my parents, all the different things that were going on. Okay, those are common things that everybody struggles with in one capacity or the other. And so if we speak to those subjects, everybody has a common experience in that area that they can relate to. And as an example, if you've seen my world champion speech, in the beginning, I laid out what was happening in my life. I picked 3 specific things that I knew most people would have struggled with. One, as I said, I had a job I didn't like, which most people have had jobs they haven't liked. I said I hadn't had a date in 3 years. Most people have had some issue with dating, or finding a date, or not finding a date, all that sort of thing. So that's something they're readily familiar with. And then I said I had a couple of roommates named Mom and Dad. And there was a point in most people's lives where they were getting into adulthood, and the relationship with their mother and father was moving more into maybe a roommate relationship more than a parent and child relationship. Okay, at least it was a good joke. I got a good laugh at that point because it wasn't expected. But the point is, everybody's had roommate problems in that capacity on the bigger scheme of it. So I knew everybody would be able to relate to those 3 issues, because there were a lot of experiences I had that most people wouldn't have had the ability to relate to. There's not everybody that's spent 10 years of their life running milk routes or something, or working in a cold storage room. So things like that they probably wouldn't be able to relate to, but I picked 3 things that they could. So when you look at life, realize that the things you struggle with, most likely everybody struggles with. And as I said, for a long time I thought I was the only one struggling with them. And then as I talked to people and I really started to observe more than anything else, I realized that everybody struggles with these fundamental concepts in life. Again, our whole sense of who we are. Who are we really? What's our relationship to the world around us? You have a friend. Is that a good friend? Have you ever had a friend betray you? Yeah, everybody's had that situation going on. Have you ever took a job that you talked yourself into, and then it wasn't a good job once you got in there? Have you ever had a job that was a surprise that turned out to be a great job? Have you ever had a job that you enjoyed working there more than they paid you, but you enjoyed working there so much that you were willing to take less money because you enjoyed the activity that you did, the people you worked with? There was a pay you were getting that wasn't monetary. So these are all common things we all struggle with, common issues that we all have. And I mean, I tell you, I've been to 60 countries around the world, and I can look at people as from a human being to human being, and we have this common experience in life. I don't care where you come from. We all have common experiences in life. We all struggle with very similar things. We all want good families. We all want a future. We all want to learn and get an education that's going to serve us. We want to have good friends. We want to be competent. We want to be fun. We want to be liked. All those things are common to all human beings. Find those subjects. Speak on those subjects. You're going to relate to your audience. You're going to discover something about yourself. I'll see you next week.